What's up? Welcome to another day of mobility. Thanks for joining us here. Start by finding a nice comfy spot on your back. Take a moment and get settled. Focus on being present. Letting go of any tension, any stress, any anxiety. Just focus on being right here, right now. All that matters is you and your breath and your body. And start to shape that breath into a nice relaxing rhythm and depth and shape. Slowing that breath down into a pace that allows your mind to slow down and lets your whole body start to slow down. Today's routine, we're focused on the neck and the shoulders. So we'll take a couple of breaths, focused on relaxing through those target areas. On your next exhale, just imagine getting nice and soft through the base of your neck, through the base of your skull, through your traps, letting your shoulders sink heavy into your mat, relaxing through those arms, and mentally just settling into your happy place. We'll take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath, and we'll shift our attention to the left bicep. So we'll go face down with that lacrosse ball placed over the bicep. It can be useful to work on this in an overhead position with the arm up at around 45 degrees. And let's start settling into the right type of stimulus. Whether that means rolling on the ball or just being still on the ball, feeling out what your body needs today. Settling into that right happy medium level of pressure where we're going to get some benefit and we're not going to get into pain. Once you've settled into your stimulus, let's circle back to the breath. Find that pace and rhythm of your breath. It helps you relax. And as you let that air out of your system, imagine breathing tension from your bicep out with that air. Let's take one more nice quality deep breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath and move into the left subscap. So we have a few options to tackle the subscap area. Technically, to reach the subscap, it takes quite a bit of pressure. So we're not going to worry so much about whether we're getting there, but just focusing on the area. And the area we're centered on is the outside part of that left armpit. And we can do this with the lacrosse ball. We can do it with the fingertips. We can do it with the thumbs. Just start in that area. Start with some light pressure. This is a new area of focus for you. Air on the side of going nice and easy. We don't want any numbness or tingling. We just want a nice pressure release. And if you have been working this area, be mindful of going slightly progressive with that pressure and just always paying attention to how your body's responding. Settle into that right amount of force where we're getting relief without tension. Every chance we get, circling back to your breath. Getting as passive as we can through that target tissue and through any tissue that may be tense, maybe carrying tension, maybe holding us back, that we don't need tension in right now. We'll take one more breath here. And as we sigh out that breath, we'll shift into the right side. We'll start through that bicep. Start panning through that length of the bicep. Search for what needs attention. Search for how you're going to address that tension. Whether that means rolling over the ball, whether that means rolling with the fibers or against the fibers, or whether that means just hanging out on top of that lacrosse ball. You don't need to move. It is an option. And think of this as a choose your own adventure. This is your routine. Just feel out what feels right for today. Concentrating on your breath. Letting that breath calm your mind. Letting your mind calm your body. And just living in your happy place. Allowing yourself to enjoy the moment. Getting passive everywhere we can, relaxing through your face and any stress muscles. Let's take one more breath here. And as you let go of that breath, we'll shift into the right side subscat. So again, we can use that lacrosse ball. We can go with the fingertips or the thumb. The target area is that outer portion of your armpit. And again, we want zero pain, zero numbness, zero tingling, just some pressure release. And the only person who's going to know what type of stimulus you need today is you. So settle into what that looks like for you, what it feels like for you. And then concentrate on getting comfortable in this position, submitting to this exercise, and just allowing your body to settle into the benefits. Mentally staying nice and chill. Continue to imagine breathing out stress, tension, anxiety, anger. Let all that negative emotion just float away. Let's take one more long, deep, diaphragmatic breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath and move yourself into a left side overhead scorpion stretch. So if you're lying face down, move your arms up in a Y position and then open yourself up towards your left side to find a stretch in the front part of that left anterior deltoid pec. And just feel out the level of stretch that feels right. Should be no pain in the front side of that shoulder. Settle into a nice, happy, medium level of stretch. Settle into your breath. Submit to the position and get as passive as possible. In 10 seconds, we'll start to slowly get active here. We'll just get active by pressing that palm into the floor to start to gradually resist this stretch. And let's go ahead, starting nice and easy. Pressing that palm down into the floor, slowly ramping up tension as we go. And let's finish with a big squeeze here, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse that. Squeeze through your left posterior delt, trying to actively turn your body further into that stretch, ramping up tension as we go. Let's finish here with a big squeeze, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax, nice and passive. Scan through your body. Any muscle that's hanging on and fighting this stretch, just mentally hit that off switch. Let it go to sleep. There are a few muscles we need just to hold this position, but there's a lot that we don't. Just get as passive as you can around your entire body. Take one more breath here. And we'll switch sides. Let's move to that right side focus. So again, if we're face down, arms up and a Y, open yourself up towards that right side. Settle into whatever level of stretch feels okay for this right shoulder. Should be zero pain here. You should feel a nice stretch through the front side of that shoulder and pec. And once we're there, settle into your happy place. Get as passive as we can. And in 10 seconds, we'll gently get active through this right side by pressing that palm down into the floor. And let's go ahead, starting with nice easy tension. Slowly ramping up that tension as we go. Each second we work our way through here, ramping up that tension. Big tension, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Squeeze through the back side of your shoulder, trying to actively turn your body further into that stretch, working within your pain-free range, ramping up tension as we go. Big squeeze here, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax, nice and passive. Submit to the position, relax into the pose. Turn off any muscle we don't need right now. Mentally go to your happy place. Any muscle that might be fighting this position, fighting your general posture, just breathe it out. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath and move into the left side scalenes. When we say scalenes, we just really mean the outside part of your neck on that left side. So with the fingertips to your thumbs or a fist, work your way through that outside part of your left neck. And just feel out what needs attention. If this is a new area of focus, err on the side of going nice and easy. Should be zero pain. No serious discomfort here at all. Some mild discomfort's okay, but should be zero pain, zero numbness. Just settle into a pressure that feels right for today. And this is one of our more active exercises, since we're using our fingers, our hand to do the work here. But still challenge yourself to be as passive as you can. Concentrate on your breath. We'll take one more long, slow, deep, relaxing breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath and move to the right side. So again, we can use the fingertips, we can use the thumbs, we can use the fist. You can hold a lacrosse ball and work your way through this. This is all options you can play with. Just settle into a version that helps that neck start to settle down. And again, if it's new, we don't need to go super hard. We don't need to be real aggressive. It's nice and easy. Just settle into the pressure. Feels right for today. Mentally go into your happy place. Mentally relaxing through those stress muscles. Through the target area, through your traps, through your face. You don't need much going on in your lower body at all right now. Just let all that stuff go to sleep. We'll take one more breath here. You can slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll shift our attention to the left lower traps. Go back to your lacrosse ball. And you can place that lacrosse ball under your left trap. So basically anywhere above your left shoulder blade or in between your shoulder blades. And settle into the right amount of tension that your body's telling you it needs today. You can play with that tension based on how much you're leaning into it, based on how much of your body's in contact with your mat. You lift the hips, we can increase that pressure. But none of these options are necessary. We don't need any minimum amount of pressure. Just feel out what feels right today. This is your routine for your specific body. So always pay attention to how your body's responding and settle into whatever version of stretch and tension, release your body needs. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll start to transition into the right side. So placing that lacrosse ball under your right trap. Settling into what area needs attention on this side. It may be very similar, maybe the exact same, or it could be very different. Your version of this exercise could vary quite differently to what you're seeing in the video. It really depends on your own anatomy, your own activity history, your own stress levels, and your own preferences. Just settle into what your body's telling you it needs. It can be useful to move your arms into an overhead position. If that's a position you struggle with. It can be useful to lift your hips to add some pressure. But if any of these changes add to any kind of displeasure or pain in this routine, then don't bother. Doing your best to keep yourself in a nice, relaxed mental state. And letting those relaxing vibes just work their way through your whole body. Let's take one more long, slow, deep, relaxing breath. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll transition into some neck circles. So let's sit up for this one. Start by bringing your chin into your chest. Slowly dragging your chin across to your shoulder. Gently tilting your head back. Moving your head across to the opposite shoulder. And then slowly dragging your chin back to center. And reversing in the opposite direction. And keep working at your own pace. Within your own levels of range of motion. Assuming this is pain-free, we can give a subtle nudge as we work our way through this to carve out new range. But there should be zero pain, zero numbness, zero tingling, and zero noticeable discomfort. Let's finish off this last rep you're on. Let's take one more long, slow, deep, relaxing breath. We'll sigh out that breath. And we'll call that a routine. Thanks for joining us here for some 5-pillar mobility. Hope you enjoyed the routine. Hope your body's feeling great. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.